It ain't but one guy. Hold on. It ain't but one guy. We ain't but one guy. It ain't but one guy keeping him away from us. Terence Crawford. Hey, but one guy.
Everyone in the room picked you to win. Everyone that I asked. Everyone. Except for me, guess what? Because I heard he could really play.
No. He can't even be Shakur.
He can't fuck with me.
So, you.
What's your core lie to you?
You lost. I seen the video.
You ain't see my video.
Oh, I didn't.
Exactly.
I just see the video.
Exactly.
Oh, what happened?
Exactly.
Now that you take care of business, how does you and Devin Haney in? How does that fight go?
Knockout.
Say this.
Devin Haney being at 147, he called Devin Haney out. What do you think about that fight if it's 1 or 2 fights away?
It's kind of a tough fight right now because Devin Haney is right back at the top of his game. Devin showed that the weight loss was probably causing him to not have as good punch resistance, and it also probably wasn't causing him to have as much power or explosiveness as he has. He showed tremendous power, tremendous punch resistance in that fight against Norman, and for him to do that means that the weight was probably an issue. Now, if Keyshawn comes up, or if they even do a catch weight, a 143, 144, it's going to be a very interesting fight because I think Devin has more tools and more IQ right now, but Keyshawn is different. So when you got a guy that's different, and that's why I also said that.
Terence Crawford issues a strong warning to Devin Haney while fully supporting Keyshawn Davis. He says Haney will face real trouble handling Davis's power and constant pressure once they're inside the ring.
I said I guarantee he'll beat you though.
How you gonna bet on somebody else?
I'm gonna bet on him against you.
I will beat you.
No, you can't be beat, but I bet he beat you and I beat you.
Terence Crawford keeps up his message to Devin Haney, stressing that boxing shows no mercy if you don't fully respect Keyshawn Davis's strength, hunger, and non-stop aggressive style.
How the sport chew you up and spit you out. You know, out with the old and with the new.
Ali, as y'all ask him questions, I think about Muhammad Ali.
Keyshawn Davis gets solid backing from Shakur Stevenson and Terence Crawford, who treat him like a close family member. Davis learns something new every day from Shakur, who feels this is truly Keyshawn's time to shine.
Even when we kinda having our, that, nigga, come on.
Yeah.
We getting past that, and that was your turn. And I'm not gonna allow and sit back and allow you to even waste that talent that you got. Cause I've been told, Key, for years, bro, you could be one of the best. All you gotta do is just, boom, discipline.
You know, with both of y'all being the best, they always gonna want it. And
I gotta come with it.
You know they always gonna want to see it, though. You know everybody always gonna want to see it.
We get to see it.
I want to see it.
Keyshawn Davis says discussions are still going strong and promises fans that a clash with Devin Haney is set for 2026, creating one of the most exciting fights people are waiting for.
Devin said, let's do it. You know, I know he's dealing with some legal issues. I don't know what happened. He said he had to turn himself in, but I believe he tweeted like, Keyshawn, let's do it. I mean,
He said that?
Yeah, but he tweeted like something like that. Yeah.
Well, you know, it was in my DMs. We already was talking about it, honestly, before he even hit the media. So I know it's going to happen in 2026.
And you're good going straight to Devin in your first fight at 47?
If it make money, it makes sense.
Right. So obviously I want to get your take on your brother. Shakur, dominant performance.
Roy Jones Jr. gives high praise to Keyshawn Davis, highlighting the tough opponents he has already beaten and his outstanding speed. He calls Davis a future big name in boxing.
Good competition. He's fought some elite guys. He's come up short, but he's always fought hard and he's never been stopped. I thought Keyshawn looked really, really good early on in that fight. He looked very poised. And Jermaine was fighting a fight that you typically don't see him fight. Jermaine is known for being very physical, very rough, and he's going to make it dirty if he has to. He was laying back, and it looked like he was allowing Keyshawn to take some ground and get established, but then Ortiz flipped the script and changed the game plan. He started to get into his normal bag of roughhousing and making things dirty. And I said, man, I like that. I was telling Shakur, I was in the locker room watching. I said, I like what he did right there because he went away, let you get comfortable. And then he said, no, here I am. I'm going to be the guy that you actually thought you was going to be fighting, but I'm not going to do it in the first round. You saw Keyshawn have to make some adjustments too, and I love.
Roy Jones Jr. also tells Keyshawn Davis to pick up more experience with 1 or 2 extra bouts before jumping into a fight with Devin Haney so he can be completely ready.
He's different. You understand me? I mean, you gotta have that intangibleness about him, where he can be a different guy when it's time to be a different guy. You can never count him out. However, if I were pushing Keyshawn, I would have another fight or two before I fight Davis, just for experience purposes. And if I was Devin, I would try to jump on it right now before he gets those couple fights, because the more experience he gets, the harder he's going to become to beat.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough fight, for Keyshawn Davis. And I think in many respects, Devin Haney too. You can't take Keyshawn Davis light. He can really fight. He's really like that. The weight difference is a concern, and it's a fair question. Is he ready now? Is he ready a fight or two from now? But that's the fight, really. If you really want to scream, I'm back. That's the type of fight that you want, because obviously it's in the Turkey Al-Sheikh universe, and that's a fight that's going to get made.
Greg Hackett gives his straight opinion on a potential Keyshawn Davis versus Devin Haney matchup, saying boxing really needs fights like this. He explains that when top fighters go head-to-head, the sport grows stronger. Fans always want to watch the best take on the best, and Davis Haney matches that exact level.
The reason we need fights like that is because there's things each one of them know about each other. They know that those are great fights. We need those fights. We need those fights. We need the Dev and Shakur. We need the Dev and T.O. We need the Africa and Shakur, the Africa and T.O. Then we need the Gary Antoine mixed in there. We need the Lamont Roach mixed in there. It's a lot of guys. The Abdullah Masons mixed in there. It's a lot of guys we need mixed in there. You know what I'm saying? These are the fights we need. Those other guys, the B-class, C-class guys, they can't keep up with them, either physically or mentally, or both together. They can't keep up with them. You see it.
What kind of message do you think Keyshawn, made it in possibly the 40 to 47 division, beating Jermaine Ortiz the way he did?
I mean, I don't know. 47 is a different division. That was at 140.
Hackett also talked about Davis's win against Jermaine Ortiz, calling it impressive at 140 pounds but noting 147 will bring bigger challenges. He doesn't see Davis as too small for the jump and thinks the key is keeping sharp focus. In his view, a Haney fight would mark a huge step forward.
Sean,
is he too small for 147? He looked good at 40.
No, I don't think he's too small. These guys only look real big on TV. When you see these guys in person, they don't be that big. You know what I'm saying? So he's not too small, no. The thing is, with Keyshawn, can he keep it together? Can he keep it together mentally? If he can keep it together mentally, then we see great fights out of Keyshawn. If he do that he say he been doing, which I don't know if he was lying or not, saying that he was drinking and camp and shit like that, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it's a lie. I don't know if it's, if he was telling the truth. I don't know. But if he can keep it together mentally, then we see great fights out of Keyshawn.
Say Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney happen next. Who would you favor?
It's tough to say.
A boxing analyst responded to Keyshawn Davis claiming nobody can beat him between 140 and 147 pounds. Davis wants Haney first before stepping up to welterweight, a division many say feels dull right now. The analyst believes the weight class needs fresh excitement.
Pretty much 40 to 47. And he says he wants to fight Jermaine Ortiz and then move up to welterweight, which would be perfect because, like I told you, I really am the best in this business. Like, everything I say is like clockwork, right? It's amazing to me. Sometimes I amaze myself. So what am I talking about? I literally just said welterweight is dry. It's a stale, stagnant, horrible division right now. Not too many ways to mix and match the guys. And then the guys you could mix and match are pretty much busy. The Ryans, the Barrioses, and the Rollies, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. And I told you it's going to require, this is how it works in the sport of boxing. I know because I've been here.
The analyst added that boxing gets bigger when fighters move up in weight. He pointed to Jaron Boots and his shifting classes and sparking new interest. He thinks welterweight would gain a lot if Davis and other young talents join in. It would push Davis hard and deliver the kind of big matchups fans love.
When people can't make 40 anymore, just like Jaron Boots Ennis couldn't make 47, and he moved up to 154, now 54 is cracking. They got 54 out here cracking. Tons of names where you can mix and match the Funduras, the Virgil Ortiz, Jermell Charlo, possibly Errol Spence, Murda Zailev, Boots, right? you got tons of ways you can mix and match these people. 47 right now is dry, so it's going to take Shakur's and the Keyshawns and Gary Antoine Russells or the El Rayos, different Edwin De Los Santos, Matias, different guys to move up to start to purge and fill out the division. Right now, it's not many options. Again, Devin versus Louis Crockpot is a terrible fight, and I don't know anyone that wants to see it.
Keyshawn Davis made it clear he will face Louis Crocker before taking on Devin Haney, even though he called Haney out right after his knockout victory. This choice caught many by surprise. Davis now explains that fighting Crocker first fits into his overall plan before sealing the final deal with Haney.
You'll fight Devin Haney. So, after you knocked out Jermaine Ortiz, let me get this straight. After you stopped Jermaine Ortiz, you made no mention of Louis Crocker. The first name you called out was Devin Haney, and the only name. Unless I missed the rest of the interview. And now, you saying you had a deal in place to fight Louis Crocker next. And then, if it's worth your while, then you'll fight Devin Haney. Because, and I get it, he believes that he needs to get this belt from Louis Crocker for them to value him the way he wants to be valued.
Crocker's title will help Davis increase his value before fighting Haney. Some fans questioned calling out Haney while planning another fight, but that's normal in boxing. Beating Crocker gives Davis more leverage and keeps the focus on his path to Haney.
In a fight and negotiations with leverage with Devin Haney, I get it. So what's the point in calling out Devin Haney? Why didn't you tell the world, I'm going to fight Louis Crocker next? Because he knows it's not going to be acceptable. If he came out and he says, after Jermaine Ortiz, I'm fighting Louis Crocker, he knows that the fans ain't going to accept that. So he's saying Devin Haney multiple times because he understands what Devin Haney represents. This is what many people will call clout chasing. So using Devin Haney name, but you know you have no intentions of fighting him next? Make this make sense. It all makes sense to me.
Floyd Schofield shared his thoughts on Davis versus Haney, saying both are exciting but he picks Haney because of more experience. Davis looked strong against Ortiz, but Ortiz didn't really test him fully.
It don't matter which one go up there. Devin is Devin. Devin gonna show up. It's gonna be a great fight with either one of them. Because Devin took a loss, and he don't want to take another loss, whether he got it cleaned off his record or not. He don't want to take another fight, though. I ain't gonna lie. Both of them a good fight. I don't think Keyshawn is gonna beat Devin. I really don't believe Keyshawn will beat Devin.
Too much experience? Why?
I don't know. I just don't see. But off my prediction yesterday, I'm not gonna get that because people will say things. But skill wise, I don't believe this new Devin that showed up his last fight, Keyshawn is going to be able to run through like he did Ortiz, a smaller guy who seemed like he didn't want to be in here.
I ain't gonna lie, as much as I don't like Devin, I did not expect Devin to do that to Norm.
Schofield criticized the stoppage in the Ortiz fight, saying it ended too early. He respects Davis's skills but sees Haney on a higher level. Still, he thinks Davis has the tools to make it a close fight.
Norm was catching him too and didn't even buck with Devin, so I don't know.
And Keyshawn's performance wasn't great. It was good he stopped him, that the referee gave him a gift. Because the ref stopped it. He didn't even give Ortiz a chance to stand up. Not saying Ortiz would have won, but it wouldn't have been a knockout in that 12 seconds. No, that's what I'm saying, but it wouldn't have been a knockout. The ref gave that gift. He didn't even get his man the count to get up to 8. So, or to 10. So, I don't know. I would want to see the Keyshawn and Devin fight.
He do got some dog in him, so I would like to see that.
I like the new version of them, though. I like the God more in it. The maturity of seeing them grow up as fathers.
Like, yo, just to see these young men get into these points is amazing, and they still in their 20s. So I can imagine them in their 30s.
Davis said fighting Haney is about winning belts and building his legacy. He believes this is his big moment, even though he admits Haney has more experience.
I heard that light-skinned kid might vacate the belt, so we just try to get to them jumps, you know what I'm saying?
Is that a fight? Well, as far as Anthony Nigga goes, what does he bring to the table that can make this a difficult fight?
He's southpaw. I never fought a southpaw in pros yet. This is a 10-round fight, so I feel like if I was him, I feel like he probably gonna try to drown me. I think he'll try to come out fast, pressure me, you know what I'm saying, just try to drown me, you know what I'm saying, because I've never been 10 rounds, and I think that's probably his only way he feel like he can just make something happen, you know what I'm saying, because he don't got the skill over me, he know I'm the younger fighter, and he know he has the experience over me, so, you know, why not try to drown the younger fighter, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, do you watch tape on the opponents, or you just adjust on the fly?
I'm a businessman. I study.
Davis says he studies opponents for weaknesses and believes Haney can't handle his speed, power, and pressure. He predicts a knockout and says this fight will prove he belongs at the top.
All right, so what are you looking for? Are you looking for strengths? Are you looking for weaknesses? Like, which one do you prioritize?
I look for everything. I look for where you get cut at every single fight. I look for if somebody fight you dirty, do you complain? I look for all that shit. Cause everything that's a weakness, I'm gonna use to my advantage.
I like it. Prediction for the fight.
I'm gonna knock his ass out. He's getting up out of there. He's getting up out of there. If y'all gamble his gun on that shit, I'm gonna get his ass back.
You referenced Devin Haney possibly vacating the belts.
Yeah.
Do you think after you get a belt, you'll eventually see him at like 140, 147?
I was about to say shit. Oh, hell yeah. Like, I'd love to go to 140. Like, I thought when my first world title 35, I defended one time. I would have no problem going to 140 and test the waters out there and become a champion at 2 different weight classes, just holding that shit down. Because I know I can do it.
All right, so give me your hit list in order. Because you've been going at it with Frank, you've been going at it with Dev.
That's all for today. Stay tuned for more updates.